Didn't set the functionality.
We are going live. We are live.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 7 Secrets of a Successful Pitch. It's Karen and Wendy.
Yep.
And we're here at 8, top of the hour. It's
top of the hour,
East
ready
Coast
to go.
Time, and we're ready to share with you everything we have. I'm sorry the chat functionality is off for now. So what we're going to do at the end of this call is send you a link so you could sign up for a special offer that we're going to give you at the end of this call.
Yeah, which is cool.
So, which is really cool. So I'm Karen. This is Wendy.
I'm Wendy.
We're
here in Miami.
Miami is gorgeous. I love the beach.
Love it.
South Point's amazing.
We're going to go to Little Havana after this.
Have a little cocktail. Sure. But what we want to do is share our secrets with you because we want our community to be empowered to pitch with everything you've got.
Yep.
So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to get right into this so that you can see what we're all about.
Yep, absolutely.
And one moment, please. And we're going to get this for you. Oh, look at that. That's not what I wanted to show you.
No.
Okay. That. That's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this. That's interesting. So we've got that technical thing.
Oh, here we go.
But here's the slide right here. So we're going to go ahead and show you this. And we're going to go ahead and show you in the presentation view. Woohoo!
Ta-da! We did it. 7 secrets to a successful pitch. So basically what Green Equity Media is we train entrepreneurs to pitch and get funded from accredited investors. We really host live and online pitch fests to find the next marijuana millionaires.
And winning pitches are featured in the Marijuana Show, which is like Shark Tank for entrepreneurs.
Yep.
So we've been told.
Absolutely. And you know what? $15 million was offered in season 1 and 2. And we were seen in the press by 250 million people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. That was like ABC, Fox, CNBC,
Wall Street Journal, Market Watch,
Fortune magazine,
a lot of
Forbes.
People. A lot of people.
Yeah.
So who is Wendy?
Ooh, I am a stretched out mama.
She's a stretched out mama. This must be the PowerPoint, but hey.
Hey.
She's the co-creator and producer of the show. She's won Emmy Awards. She's been in film industry for 14 years. She started with Kelly Ripa on Homemade Millionaire. And she's a public industry expert, has been seen on lots of news shows, which you could see here.
Yep.
And who am I?
Karen Paul is the CRO of GEM, co-producer and AD of the Marijuana Show. She's a digital marketing and sales executive with over 15 years experience. She was the former VP of sales at Snapfish. And Karen helped the company become profitable by managing and scaling a robust advertising department. Robust. The company sold HP for $300 million. You're a slacker, Karen.
I know. So are you.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go into the secrets. It's time. Secret number 1.
Secret number 1.
You know what? It's walking into any room as a yes.
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 That's it.
Yes, because that's how you attract a yes from an investor is you walk in as the yes. And that really means being authentic, being yourself, knowing that you're enough, trusting that you're enough, not being arrogant or a know-it-all, because no one likes that.
No.
Just be yourself, which means you're courageous. Now, we know that it's scary to pitch investors.
Yes.
We get nervous. Everybody does. But at this point, you want to be brave because you've walked in, you're prepared, you're ready, and you're confident. You know, you want to have eye contact. The biggest thing that I notice is that people look down at their feet, our feet. I want to look up on both my feet, my shoes. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, and you don't want to have doubts. Look, I know that most of us walk into a room feeling a little bit iffy, a little bit doubtful, but that's not what we want. Because to attract the yes, you want to be just absolutely consistently confident.
Yeah. It's about preparing yourself ahead of time. If you've watched The Secret or you believe in the law of attraction, it's very similar. It's knowing what your results are going to be before you walk in the room. Yeah,
look, if someone is going to give you $100,000, $1 million, they need to believe in you. And you don't want to have distractions. Don't you find as entrepreneurs, we look over here, then we look over there, then we dig under here, then we look up there. What you want to do is just single focus because that investor needs to know that you are absolutely focused on what it is that you say that you're going to be focused on.
100%.
Absolutely. You want to be determined. We call me Wendy, Relentless Robbins, and we call Karen
Persistent Paul.
Right. And I don't know what you're going to call yourself, but it's really important.
Think of something unique because then it'll be yours. You could claim it ahead of time. Go on stage with that conviction.
Yeah. And you know what? No excuses. Look, you can have the life of your dreams or you can make excuses, but you can't do
have
both.
That's right.
So you want to be really focused. really clear intention. And like Karen said, you want to be prepared, but not rehearsed.
Right.
Like not overly rehearsed, because we've heard that before. And it's like, wow, they're just completely reading. Right?
Yeah. You don't want to be reading. You want to be natural.
You want to be yourself. You want to be likable and memorable. Now, here's what. Like most investors, like the two of us, we get pitched a lot. And I got to tell you, at the end of the day.
Tell me.
Okay. Sometimes I just don't remember everybody.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Right.
The ones that I remember are memorable. They're funny. They're authentic.
They're giant yeses. They walk in the room. Yes.
They light it up.
Right.
They're worthy of an investment, because the biggest thing that I realize is most of us, especially as women, tell me if you think this is true, is this feeling of not feeling worthy.
Yeah.
And maybe it's that we're told that, or something in us believes that.
Don't believe it.
Don't believe it, because you are worthy. You're worthy of the investment. You just have to know and trust that's the truth.
That's right. So walk into the room with a yes. Now, you ready for secret number 2?
Secret number 2. Are you ready?
Here it is.
Boom.
Secret number 2 is introduce yourself with a Twitter headline. And what that means is basically you have 10 seconds to really impress an investor and get them to open their wallet.
To interest them. And
in that 10 seconds, you want to say something catchy. So you want to think of, what would my Twitter headline be? What could I say that's short enough to get their attention, but interesting enough to really get them to remember? For instance, something like Wendy would say about her Tingler head massager.
I'd say my name is Wendy Robbins. I co-invented the Tingler head massager. The Tingler's an orgasm for the head. Now, if I said that to you, it's much more interesting than it's got 10 copper prongs that go up and down your head. But it's not that. Also, what we realize is that most people take too long to say what they do, or they never really share what it is. I'm completely confused after minutes.
Right.
So you don't want that. That's what this does when you intro this way. It
shortcuts the investor right to the heart of who you are. Like, good evening, I'm Karen Paul, co-creator of The Marijuana Show. Marijuana Show is like Shark Tank for the cannabis industry. So right then and there, did you kind of get what we're about? Pretty easy, right?
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. So what's yours? That's the question.
Think about what yours is. And here's secret number 3.
Number 3. What problems does your business solve? Mistake. People make a mistake. The market's too small.
Too small, right.
They choose this little teeny weeny little thing.
Small.
Very small. But if I'm an investor, I want the problem to be big.
Yeah, you want to solve a big problem.
Right.
The bigger the problem, the better.
Yeah, of course. And you noticed a problem. You created your company so you can solve the problems that clients have. And that means typically that you really have had that problem, so you can speak to the clients.
Yeah, it's better if it's personal.
Yeah.
So I would like to say on this secret, make it a personal problem. Like, we have somebody very close to us who had throat cancer, and she cured herself with cannabis oil. So her problem of curing herself made her life purpose be about helping other people get cured. And that is really something an investor would be open to, because it's something she experienced personally. And now she's going to share it with the world by creating this product.
Because the product wasn't on the market. See how that works?
It wasn't on the market.
No, we love you, Jen. Anyway, what we say is the bigger, the better. That's what the person who's going to give you the money is going to wonder, how big is the market? What's the growth? What's the number of users, the size of the transactions, the frequency? Because the way that you're going to grow your business is those 3 things. How many people use it? How much can you get them to buy, and how often? And do you fill a gap?
Yeah. The other thing that Wendy brought up, I think at the talk we did the other day is, like, imagine you have a vape pen, but it's only for left-handed people. Okay. So then you only have half the market. And then what if you have it only for left-handed women? Then you have a fourth of the market. So consider a big problem to solve. Like, I want a vape pen in the hands of everyone over 21.
Right.
Is that a larger audience? Is that a bigger thing? I think that is.
I think that is. Now, the issue with the vape pens is, how do you make it unique? So we'll talk about that in a minute. You want to know how many people. I'll move on. Well, secret number 4.
Secret number 4 is, what is your unique solution?
We were just talking about unique.
I had to basically just go for it.
Go for it, man.
I was ready.
The unique solution. The mistake is not being able to communicate your value proposition.
Right. What is your value proposition? What makes you unique?
Proposition.
What makes your value proposition so unique?
Yeah. So what is it?
Well, your company is solving a specific problem, right? The big problem you just talked about, you're the solution to that problem. Okay. Yep. So for instance, the Marijuana Show, we went and noticed at all these networking events about 2 years ago that entrepreneurs seemed a little bit lost. They seemed like they needed a little help.
No compass.
No compass in structuring their business, getting a blueprint for success. So we got together as business coaches and decided, hey, we'll create the marijuana show and really help people incubate their ideas.
Yep.
And then get them to market. So seed to sale. Seed to sale. Seed to sale, baby.
That's basically it.
That's what we did.
So your company is a solution to a very specific problem. And what you want to do is you want to share your personal story, if you have one, that leads to that unique solution. Like Karen gave you the example of our friend who had an issue, couldn't find the solution, created it on her own, and now could conceivably make that available to other people. And it'd be compelling, right? You'd want to buy from her rather than somebody that doesn't have that personal story.
That's right. And I really think there's a lot of great products on the market, but if you think about your favorite products, they always are a solution to a problem. I mean, if you think about your favorite relax the back device or a massage device like the Tingler, orgasm for the head, all these things solve problems, and that's uniquely what your value proposition is.
Right. So you want your company to solve the customer's problems faster and better than they can do it on their own.
Right.
Get how easy that is, but yet most people forget about that. That's going to make the sale. And investors fund unique solutions.
They do. Investors, we've talked with many of them, and they're looking for the next thing, the next pet rock, the next big idea. Is that you?
A pet rock.
I think that's a great idea.
She dated herself. Secret number 5. Oops.
Demo. On this one, basically, the mistake people might make is not demoing their product or showing it to the investors while they're pitching it. What does it do? Is it easy to operate? What kind of gizmo goes here? We were recently pitched a vape pen, and she showed us how to put the flower in and how to clean it, and it really helped me envision how I might be able to use this product. So that's a really great example right there.
We seem to be into vaping tonight.
Vaping is sort of a theme, I think.
Apparently.
Maybe we need to vape.
That's true. But we're in Florida, and notice it's illegal here, but I could go, I'd have to go pretty far from here.
Yeah, we'd have to go really far.
So we're not vaping.
We won't do that.
No.
Not
How
officially.
Is your how is better than other? Well, that's a little mistake. How is your product better than other similar products? Are you unique? Is there a fast, dramatic before and after result? That's the best. The more dramatic, the better. Like way back since you just dated yourself, a long time ago, there was a demo where the guy, he wore sweaters. It was a guy.
I don't remember that guy.
No, okay. What he would do is he would light a Rolls Royce on fire and show how his product made that go, in other words, there was no damage on the car.
Oh my God.
Right? So you were like, oh my God, I need that. I don't know why I'd want to put my car on fire, but I remember it.
Yeah.
It's like from 50 years. No, I wasn't born 50 years ago, but.
One thing about a demo is make it a demo and not a demolition. And by that, we mean make sure that when you demonstrate your product, it doesn't blow up on you. So if you are going to do something that's supposed to blow up, great. But make sure you practice. Practice
before
it happens.
And will it save consumers time and or money? 2 things that they're concerned about.
Secret number 6.
Whoa, we're flying by. A mistake.
Go ahead.
Is not explaining how you make money. Who pays you?
Yep.
What are your channels of distribution? What are your gross margins?
And how is your business model unique? One thing I always like to say is give your biz some buzz. So give yourself a little something sexy like Tom's shoes. You give a pair to someone in need when you buy a pair. The Southwest model is really great.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. Think of something really, really unique that makes you stand out. So an investor goes, wow, they're really giving it back to their community. I think that's amazing.
I think that's important. Also share who's on your core team. If you can name drop, if you've got people that have started a successful business, if you've got a core advisory team, talk about that. Because if I'm going to invest in somebody, I want to know that you're really well taken care of and that any issues and problems you have are going to be taken care of with your team.
Yeah. So definitely name drop. If you have like Brad Pitt on your advisory board, mention him.
Yeah.
Because people kind of know who Brad Pitt is, or Leo. People kind of know. Leo. Hey,
Leo.
I got Leo.
All right. Who is your competition? Now, sometimes competition can be co-opetition. That's like what we like to call it. But you really want to understand, and I'm not kidding, we've had people pitch and say, I have no competition, or I'm going to be the next Google of something. It's like, wow, well, you know what? There's always competition. And sometimes you can work with them.
Yeah, you can. Do your homework. There's always competition. And like Wendy said, sometimes it's co-opetition. You could leverage with them. You could work with them.
Yeah, they may have a list, and let's say that they sell something that would work really well with what you've got. You could do a joint venture, meaning that you're making money off of their list and they make money, and now you're co-opetition, not competition.
Yeah. And lastly, something that investors really like to know is that they're going to get their ROI,
meaning return on investment.
And return on investment, 12 to 18 months. So you want to show them that you'll be able to pay them back with a revenue stream. And if you're pre-revenue, that's okay. Just make sure 12 to 18 months you're showing profitability.
Now, in our situation, pre-revenue doesn't work quite as well. But if you're in pre-revenue, no worries. We can work with you. They also love to see streams of income, like recurring revenue is, that's sexy. That's just hot.
Reoccurring, and select revenue streams or several revenue streams are really important too.
As long as you're focused.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, is this the final secret?
Whoa, secret number 7.
It's so secretive that our logo has covered the name secret.
Yeah, it's pretty darn secret.
But this is the most important.
The mistake that most people forget is to close the deal. There's the ask and the close. Karen, would you like to share what the ask is?
Well, ask how much you're wanting. For instance, I'm looking for $100,000 for 10% equity in my company. That is the ask, and don't forget to ask for it. Now, one thing Wendy and I thought in our formula is, in our experience, it's better to ask later because they get to know you first. So let the investor really get to know you, then do the ask towards the end. So that's something we're suggesting that you do.
Different than Shark Tank, but we find that we prefer it. So either way is okay. But again, we usually go for the end. And again, is it equity or debt? Are you giving away equity, a percentage of your company, or a convertible note? How are you going to work that? So the other thing is, how soon can the investor expect their money back? We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's really important to let them know.
Yeah. Remind the investor that by going with you, there's really little risk because you have a great track record. You're going to pay them back within 12 months. You have a great team, a history of return on investment. Those kind of things they love to hear.
And that you put money in, you've got a little skin in the game. That's important too.
It is. And finally, close the deal.
Oh, before that even is knowing what your exit strategy is.
The exit strategy is great. Please talk about the exit strategy, would you?
Sure. Why not? Look, your exit strategy, you want to know when you're getting out, even when you begin.
Right.
So are you going to do merger and acquisition? Are you going to sell your business? Are you going to do an IPO? What are you going to do?
Is Google going to buy you? Is Amazon going to buy you? Are you going to sell? Or do you want to go public? Think about that before you get involved with an investor.
Because we always say act as if. So you act from the end of the business goal and work your way back. That way you know the action steps and what you're going to do in order to succeed.
Because action leads to results.
That's what we always think.
But before you go on, you really want to close that sale.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't say how important that is. And by that, what we mean is saying a final closing statement like, who's going to be the next marijuana millionaire? So when we're looking for investors, that's something we might say. You might say, who wants to be in the next Mary Kay of weed? Who wants to be, or wouldn't you like to, or imagine. Wendy likes to use the word imagine, which I think is great.
Imagine, and I'm like, dang, I want to be part of that.
That's right.
That's what you want the investor to say is like, how do I say, here's my checkbook.
Yeah. Imagine being at the start of the next Google of weed. Imagine being at the start of the next Amazon of weed, or whatever catchphrase you have. And sometimes you could bring your Twitter headline back into that fold.
Important
in your close.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Exactly.
With a nice wrapper on it.
Orgasm for the head. All right.
So what we're going to do now is talk about a special that we're offering anybody on this webinar just for you guys. And I think because our chat was not working tonight, what we're going to do is email you the link to sign up for this after this. And if you don't get the link, please reach out to us on Facebook.
Well, we'll be able to push the button to be able to show them that once we close this down.
We can also push the button.
Okay, so we'll be doing that.
We'll be pushing those buttons.
Yeah. Always good to push the hot button. So the reason why we're doing a 2-day class is because obviously we gave you a lot tonight. but you really need to know how to practice, and you need to get feedback. And that was really important to us, how to do a pitch deck. So in other words, we gave you some steps, but we didn't give you everything.
Not everything.
No, we couldn't.
So the pitch deck, we're going to go into that, and then we're going to practice pitching with all of you with feedback.
Yep.
So it's going to be more of an interactive class as opposed to us just telling you our steps. We're going to dive deep into each person's plan.
And there's a marketing and sales strategy that we'll go through. Valuations. How do you value your company? You know, it's particularly hard, I think, in this industry, just because there's not some of the metrics that we're used to. And so it's really important to understand that. We've got a great understanding, so we can share that with you.
Yeah, traditional valuations, you know, you might do 4x of revenue, you might do 2x of revenue, if anyone even knows what I'm talking about. But in this industry, since it's such a new industry, you really have to be careful what you say you're worth, because that right there could stop an investor in his or her tracks.
We had that happen actually in season 1. We offered $5 million. The valuation, they valued at $30 million. It was really closer to $15 million. And because they valued it too high, that money wasn't going to go as far from the investor's standpoint.
And that investor went away.
The investor went away. They later were able to get the money, but that's why valuations are really important to negotiate. So we'll also talk how to build a team. Like we talked about, you know, having people on your team that are really impressive.
And
so
we're
how do you build it?
pretty happy to say that we have a great team that's building right now. We have a national sales leader, Jen and Marty.
She's amazing, and he is too.
And we've got great people on our team. We're excited to see you build your team and help you do that with you.
Yep.
And now exit strategies.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be talking about that. You know, how do you present that? And what's the difference between debt and equity? And there's different payoffs and different reasons why you would choose one or the other. So we'll talk about that, so that by the end of the 2-day class, you'll be like, I get it. I know how to do that. And you'll be so much further along than you probably are right now.
And you'll be like, should I sell or should I go public? You'll know all that information when we're done with the 2-day class.
Yeah.
Next, what will you get?
What will you get?
Tell them.
Come on down. Well, no, basically you get 2 90-minute hands-on classes with us.
Yes.
So you can ask us questions. The chat feature will be working. We'll be doing questions and answers. We'll hear from you. You'll be able to pitch us. There'll be a free special report on the questions you need to know to get the investment. And that's valued at $100. We give that to you after the first class so that you're not overwhelmed, but you can start really considering, what do I need to know to answer the investor?
Right.
And then you get an opportunity to pitch live at one of our upcoming Pitch Fest. We're having them all over the country in different cities. You could also star in our upcoming series, Pitching Accredited Investors.
Right. And you could become a leader for GEM, Green Equity Media, which is the parent company for the Marijuana Show, and make extra money. And we could send you that information if you just ping us after this call, and we'll get you in touch with our leaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here's what you do now.
Yeah.
So we're going to send you a link, and it says see chat link, but we'll get you the link so you have the information. The classes that we have scheduled are March 10th and 17th. So write that down. They're at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, and 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Each class is 90 minutes. They are Thursdays, so put them in your calendar now so you're ready for them. You're going to get a private email with instructions about the video webinars, and you'll be able to practice your pitch, like we said, get feedback, ask questions, network, possibly be invited to pitch at a local event if we like the pitch. Yep. And go ahead with the last one.
Well, the classes are going to be recorded, so if you can't make it live, no worries. Most of you will probably be watching this conversation, recorded. Fine, no problem. So we can do that for you. And you can email your questions even before the class. So, we'll answer it.
That's right. So that's pretty much what we're going to be offering. It's 3 hours, just to wrap it up, of full hours of hands-on instruction. That's 2 90-minute classes, March 10th and 17th. You'll be able to practice your pitch, ask questions, network, and then you get this PDF of questions that investors may ask you, and that's a very valuable thing to have.
Totally valuable. You really want that. And that usually would be something we'd sell for at least $100. We're going to include it for free. It's a free bonus. It's a limited time discount. Only $97 for the full 3 hours with us, ability to ask questions, to network, to talk to each other, and to get that PDF of the questions, right?
That's right. And it's only $97. Now, if you want to go ahead and get involved, you're going to see yourself as a giant yes.
A big yes.
A big yes.
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 And
And
go.
so
Yes.
you can push the button and then make it so that the little thing pops up.
I'm going to push the button so the
She's
thing
pushing
pops up.
Hold on, everybody.
Here
we
we
got something super
are.
duper.
So everyone, I'm going to try to open up the Q&A right now, but a few technical things.
No problem on that. There's the link to the offer.
Link to the offer, but that's something that we're going to have to email them because that functionality currently isn't available.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. It's not available here, but we're going to email it to you guys. I know that everybody wants to talk and interact with us and everything, but at this point, it's just us telling you what's available, and we are going to send that link to you and to everyone that signed up for this webinar. You will get it in an email tonight, and if you have any questions and you want to talk to us, please email us at producers@themarijuanashow.com. And that is producers, all lowercase, @themarijuanashow.com. And to find out more about our company, go to greenequitymedia.com and themarijuanashow.com. And
looking forward to talking to you soon.
That's a wrap. Thanks everybody for being on the call.
Bye.
Bye for now.